Say something, Sidekick.
Check.
Mr. Blumenstein.
Hey, man.
Thanks for coming. Yeah.
Where's the mic? Over there?
Actually, it's right here.
Oh, good. Okay. So you're good. You getting enough out of it?
What's that?
You getting enough out of it?
It seems so.
Check.
Yeah.
All right, good. Let's go.
Ready? Recording. Hi, this is Tom Gruber with the Arrowhead 25th Anniversary Project. Thrilled to be here with Aaron Comas from the Spin Doctors. One of my favorite musicians ever, period, end of story. So just to put that right out there, I'm biased.
Thank you, Tom.
And thanks for spending a little time with us. Mr. Comas was the first musician to strike a note at Arrowhead in 1991. Hit it, and the Spin Doctors jammed out, then The Authority, and then Fish. And it was a great first day to the whole summer, which was a blast. The last big project that Bill Graham did before he passed 2 months after the series. And Aaron has a new record coming out with the Spin Doctors, If the River Was Whiskey, which is burning up. Everybody's talking about it. The reviews have been absolutely incredible. And it must be an exciting time for you.
Yeah, it's been great. You know, after 25 years of the Spin Doctors, believe it or not, you know, it's great to have this new record, and it's kind of a throwback to what we were doing in the early days in New York City. We used to play all these blues bars like the Mondo Conti and the Mondo Paris that you remember well.
Yep.
And in order to get a gig in those places, you had to play the blues. Most of the people that played there were like blues bands, you know. So we actually made a blues demo tape, but instead of it being blues covers, they were all originals.
Did Chris write?
Yeah, he wrote all the lyrics to them, you know. Yeah. And so we kind of used that to kind of fake our way into these clubs because they paid money. It was like two of the only gigs in town that actually paid you a guarantee. So it was great. They loved us, and we would go in there and do like, you know, a set of the blues stuff, and then start off the second set of the blues, and then start throwing in like the more classic Spin Doctor songs like That Funky Booty and Jimmy Olsen and that stuff.
Amazing.
And so when we were out on the road on the 20th anniversary of Pocket Full of Kryptonite a couple years ago, we were asking fans to like request some songs they wanted us to do in the encore, and a lot of these old blues tunes like So Bad and What My Love and Scotch and Water Blues, these old tunes.
I love Scotch and Water Blues.
Yeah, so we started playing them, and then, you know, they just fit right in, and we decided to go in my studio and record them, and it's just turned out great. We're really excited about the record.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And that was recorded at your home studio, right?
It's in my studio, yeah, here in the city.
That's awesome. And Eric Shankman, the guitarist, he had a history of playing a lot of blues guitar, right?
Yep, both me and Eric grew up. I mean, Eric grew up in Toronto playing blues gigs. I grew up down in Texas playing blues gigs. Chris has always been a huge fan of the blues. You know, he listened to all those records growing up, and you know, Mark was actually the one guy that when we started playing these songs, he's like, what the hell is this? I'm a funk bass player. But he caught right on it. He sounds amazing on it. And so it's definitely in our blood, you know.
That's awesome.
It's the roots. I mean, it's the roots of rock and roll. Any rock, so real rock and roll music
comes from the blues. Absolutely.
So it's a nice base to have. And it's cool that we can do it.
And you got fans all over the world excited, calling for it. I see it on the internet. Spin Doctors come to Madrid. Spin Doctors come to Paris. Everybody wants you guys to come.
It's gonna be a good year. We got a lot of good traveling ahead of us.
Okay. And we're at the Brooklyn Bowl here, where the Spin Doctors are gonna rock it tonight. It's the CD release party for If the River Was Whiskey. It's gonna be absolutely off the hook. This is Tom Gruber with On the Road to Classic. Aaron Comas with the Spin Doctors. Thank you again for your time, Aaron.
Thanks a lot, Tom. All right. Maybe one of these other guys.
Are we rolling?
Yeah. Okay. Why do you always do those goofy dances when you come to our shows? I mean, do you ever see yourself?
I have actually seen myself. I've
so
seen
what do you
video
think? Like
of
you
it.
see the video, like
I've tried, and I try to control it. I've tried, and I failed to stop dancing. As you know, I had a heart attack last year.
How old are you now?
I'm 45.
And you still dance like that? It's like you're 15 or something.
Thank you, Mark.
I mean, I saw you the other time. I'm like, what the hell? I thought there was something wrong with you.
Well,
that's like how white people dance, right? They just dance because they can't dance, so they just move around uncontrollably, right? Like a little baby.
Are you making characterizations about white people?
I'm just
Mr.
saying.
White,
I'm just saying that when I see white
Spin
people
Doctors.
dancing, some of them they just move around. They're not even. I mean, I don't even know what they're listening to. Is that you? That's what you're doing? Because you can't be listening to the beat.
That's just not true.
I'm very proud of my.
I'm very proud of my dancing.
That's not really dancing. It's like an uncontrollable, grown-up movement that mimics a baby. So,
you know,
babies can't stand up. You see babies in the crib, they're like this. They're going like that. You know, they just can't control themselves. You're doing the same thing, but you're standing in front of all these people, and you're doing that.
So good to see you, man.
I'm just telling you. I mean, that's what you're doing, right?
Well, basically. Have you ever been in church and see someone get the spirit?
Yes,
Yeah,
too many times.
That's right. That's right.
No, but you know what? I've seen black people do it, and they're still in rhythm. So I don't know.
Well, let me just say this: you're pretty much my favorite bass player, and I've said it's about Aaron too.
He doesn't play bass.
This is comedic.
He tried.
What?
He tries once in a while.
Yeah, whatever.
He says you
Stick
barely
to the
play
drums.
bass.
Not on these blues songs. I'm using my pinky.
So tell us about If the River Was Whiskey. You did that at Aaron's studio, and everybody's, I mean, literally saying it's the best record. The reviews have been amazing, and the buzz about your tour is huge.
Well, you just said everything, so I don't have to say anything now. You just said it all.
That's what's happening. How does that feel?
Oh, how does it feel?
Yeah.
It feels great.
That's awesome.
See, that's all I have to say. I don't have to say anything other than that. It feels great.
I'm gonna dance and I'm gonna make you just cringe.
No, I'm just gonna look at you. You know what? I'll be entertained because I'm playing the blues. I'm trying to stay awake, so I'll be entertained while watching you dance.
Mark, I want to ask you one more question.
What?
Do you remember the Arrowhead Ranch at all? You guys played there. You played.
Were there ticks?
There were deer ticks. We had a bunch of deer running around.
If there was ticks, that's what I would remember.
You remember the ticks?
Arrowhead. Oh, wait a second. Was that? Hey, Aaron. Was Rain there? I think I remember that place.
Rain Chacon?
I think I remember that place now.
It was like 800.
I remember trying to get away from that place.
Why were you trying to get away? It's beautiful. 800 acres, horses. Did you go on the horses?
Listen, I don't ride animals.
I knew it. I saw that coming a mile away.
I don't believe you have to get on an animal. That's crazy to me.
I've got photos of John Popper mounting a horse.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
So you mean like a genetically altered horse?
The horse stood its ground, you know, and it was a great thing. And in fact, it was Eric Shankman, John Popper, and Bobby Sheehan took a horseback ride, the three of them, and all three horses came back in one piece. John
See, I need an engine.
problem.
I need an engine.
You're big into sports cars, right?
Right. Anything that goes fast. Plane, car, boat, jet ski, submarine,
Submarines don't go
sailboat.
fast.
Well, if they did, I would be into it.
Oh, I see. So anything that moves, basically.
Right.
That's what I heard about you online, too.
Right.
You're looking for anything that moves in Houston.
Right. They drive slow in Houston because people like to live in their cars.
You actually go out on the road in your car quite a bit, don't you, and travel to Spin Doctor shows?
I wish I was doing it this time. I would get there faster.
And I saw the Spin Doctors in Miami, and I asked Mark for a ride home, and he said, "In your dreams, Gruber."
You never asked me for that.
I implied I needed a ride, and you said you better be on a Greyhound.
Oh, so I left you hanging. That's you know what?
You did.
That's good for character. Because next time you don't come down to the show without a ride. You know what I mean? Because I could have been with somebody. Then what would you have done? There's only 2 seats in a Corvette.
I was just hoping for one of them, and you said that you will never ride shotgun in my Corvette.
I never said that.
Well,
you were high on crack when you heard when you were.
I hadn't smoked crack in 15 minutes.
Let me explain something to you. Anybody that gets on a bus, it comes down to a show without a way to get back, is insane. That's insane. And then you missed it.
I missed the whole show.
Then you missed the whole show. So what good was that?
That was bad. Mark White, Spin Doctors, one of the best bands ever. Definitely on the road to classic, on their way to being a true icon of the rock world, and then taking over the whole blues world too with their new record, If the River Was Whiskey.
Who are you looking at?
Larry Blumenstein.
Oh, okay. I don't know. All right, everybody. See you later. I got stuff to do.
Thanks, Mark.
I got it.
All right. It's Tom Gruber with Mr. Eric Shankman of the Spin Doctors. How are you, Eric?
I'm good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We're at the Brooklyn Bowl, and I just got the chance to congratulate Mark White and Aaron Comas. The whole band deserves everyone's congratulations on the new record. The blues
Thanks.
record, If the River Was Whiskey, is the best thing I've heard, the best new thing I've heard in a decade.
It's our favorite. It's our favorite thing that we've recorded in over a decade, I think, as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so you did that at Aaron's home studio, right?
Yeah, we did. We recorded in Aaron's basement.
Nice.
It's a basement tape.
He said it's the first floor.
Well, whatever. It is. Actually, it's the ground level, but it looks more. If you go to his house, you have to go downstairs to get there. So it sort of depends on how you look at it.
So we had a privilege, 1991, of having the Spin Doctors open the Arrowhead Ranch concert series.
That's right. Yeah.
And that was, Mark says, his worst experience ever. All he remembers is getting ticks and trying to leave the place.
And that's Mark's way of saying it was a good gig. It's a good gig. It's ticks. It's a better gig usually.
That's awesome.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. Actually, we're kind of that kind of band because when we recorded this last record, I got bed bugs, and I was just saying to Sarah that in fact I think it was kind of a good thing because it took my mind off everything else. I had nothing to worry about. It's just itching so much. So there you go. Sometimes when you get ticks or bugs, it works out to a good musical experience. I think that's the lesson.
So that's what drove that incredible blues sound. You had the bed bug blues.
Yeah, I had the blues. Serious blues, serious itchy blues.
So are you going to play the whole record tonight, the new record?
We might. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Aaron tends to write the set list. If he was already here, you should have asked him. Because I basically sometimes I adjust something, a thing or two. But I think we probably will play most of it. We might miss one. We may. I don't know. Depends. Maybe it'll drop back in. To be careful. We have to play some old stuff too. But because there's a lot of old stuff. It's the problem that we have.
You got a lot of fans all over the world, and that's something that's happening now. Is there are literally petitions going around in cities to have the Spin Doctors come?
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad about that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the petition is a good thing. It's a good invention when they thought of it, and I believe that it's a healthy thing to continue.
Well, we share some. We're both into democratic politics.
Yeah, that's right. Democratic politics is a funny. It's like a dinosaur. It's almost a dinosaur. It's like when you see democratic politics, it's like you saw a stegosaurus running over there. You have to follow it, and then it's not there anymore. It's very strange,
That is.
But
strange.
I wish it all the
I
best.
had one right over my head.
Well, my point is just that democracy is a hard thing to keep together. That's all I'm saying. That's why I'm a musician. I'm a musician because democracy in music is easier to keep together than democracy, I think, with a small group of people. Then in your community, it's difficult, I think.
Now, as a four-piece, is that tough because it could be a 2-2 vote?
Yeah. Well, that's good. The tie goes to the runner.
The tie goes to the runner.
That's right.
All right.
Always.
Eric, thanks very much.
Hey, man, no problem, Tom. We've been mates for a long time.
A long time.
It's good. I'm glad we're both still here.
Thank God for that.
It's nice to still be around.
It's good to be alive. It's good to be alive when the Spin Doctors are out. All four guys are just pumped up.
That's right.
All their fans. I mean, I have had people call me and say that they are flying in to get here tonight.
Good. That's what we did. I believe it's worth it. I think everybody that comes tonight will have a great rockin' time. Speaking of which, look, it's the legendary Jason Richardson. You see, everybody's here tonight.
That's awesome.
It's going to be. Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.
Good luck with it, man.
We'll see you
on the road to Classic.
Thank you, brother. You're the best.